Electricity is more than just a utility. It is the lifeblood of modern development and the foundation upon which thriving societies are built. Its absence is a stark barrier to progress, locking communities in cycles of poverty and limiting their potential. In Africa, the reality of over 300 million people living without access to electricity is not merely an infrastructure issue, it is a human issue that affects every aspect of life. Addressing this challenge is not just about wires, power stations, and grids. It is about unlocking opportunities and empowering millions to achieve their dreams. Without electricity, education is hindered in profound ways. Imagine a child struggling to study at night by the dim, flickering light of a kerosene lamp. These lamps not only provide inadequate illumination, but also expose families to harmful fumes, posing severe health risks. Schools without power cannot leverage modern tools such as computers or the internet, leaving students disconnected from the global flow of information. The lack of electricity restricts their access to knowledge and limits their ability to compete in an increasingly digital and interconnected world. Providing reliable power to schools transforms education, enabling students to learn in environments equipped with the tools they need to succeed and opening doors to opportunities previously out of reach. In the realm of healthcare, the absence of electricity is a matter of life and death. Clinics and hospitals without reliable power cannot store vaccines or medications that require refrigeration. Surgical procedures and emergency care become impossible without consistent lighting and functional medical equipment. For expecting mothers, delivering a child in an under-resourced clinic becomes a perilous experience. Access to electricity ensures that healthcare facilities can operate effectively, saving lives and improving the quality of care. It enables telemedicine, allowing rural clinics to connect with specialists in urban centers, bridging gaps in expertise and ensuring patients receive the care they deserve. Electricity also plays a crucial role in economic development. Businesses, both small and large, depend on power to operate machinery, preserve goods, and stay competitive. In regions without electricity, entrepreneurs are forced to rely on costly and unreliable alternatives, such as diesel generators, significantly raising their operational costs. This stifles innovation and limits the growth of businesses that could otherwise thrive. With access to reliable electricity, markets can expand, production can increase, and new industries can emerge. Electricity is not just a utility for businesses, it is the engine of economic empowerment and growth, enabling individuals to lift themselves and their communities out of poverty. For households, electricity means comfort, safety, and a better quality of life. Families with access to power can cook without inhaling smoke from wood or charcoal stoves, reducing the risk of respiratory diseases. They can use electric lighting to extend their productivity into the evening, whether for work, study, or leisure. Electricity powers the appliances that make life more manageable, from refrigerators to store food to fans that provide relief from heat. It transforms a house into a home where families can thrive. The ripple effects of electricity extend even further. Communities with access to power are better equipped to respond to emergencies, whether natural disasters or unforeseen crises. They can access news and information, stay connected with the world, and participate in the global economy. Electrified villages attract investment, infrastructure development, and migration, creating a cycle of growth and opportunity. Yet it is crucial to understand that the transformative power of electricity goes beyond the tangible benefits of lighting homes and running machines. It is about dignity and the empowerment of individuals and communities. It provides a platform for people to realize their potential and for nations to harness the talents of their citizens. The presence of electricity symbolizes progress and inspires hope, showing what is possible when resources are equitably distributed and infrastructure is prioritized. The challenge of bringing electricity to 300 million Africans is undoubtedly monumental, but it is also achievable. The solutions exist and the resources are available. What is required is the collective will to act decisively and strategically. The task calls for innovative thinking, bold action, and unwavering commitment. It requires us to prioritize renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydropower, which are abundant in Africa and offer sustainable alternatives to traditional fossil fuels. It demands that we engage local communities, empowering them to be active participants in their energy solutions and ensuring that the benefits of electricity are shared equitably. Providing electricity to those who lack it is not just a matter of convenience, it is a matter of justice. It is about ensuring that no child is denied the chance to learn, no patient is denied life-saving treatment, and no entrepreneur is denied the opportunity to succeed. It is about creating a future where every African can live with dignity, security, and hope. Electricity is not just power, it is potential. And in Africa, where the potential of its people is boundless, it is time to turn the lights on. Vision is the catalyst for transformation. It is the ability to see beyond the present limitations and imagine a future shaped by boundless possibilities. When addressing the monumental challenge of bringing electricity to 300 million Africans, vision becomes the cornerstone of success. It provides the foundation for strategic planning, inspires innovative solutions, and aligns efforts toward a shared goal. Without vision, even the most abundant resources remain untapped and opportunities for progress are overlooked. To solve the issue of electricity access, it is not enough to focus on technical fixes or incremental changes. What is required is a bold and expansive vision that considers not only the immediate needs, but also the long-term impact on communities and nations. Vision begins with the ability to see what could be, rather than being constrained by what currently exists. It enables leaders, innovators, and communities to imagine a world where electricity is not a luxury for the few, but a fundamental right for all. This kind of vision transforms challenges into opportunities and obstacles into stepping stones. Vision brings clarity to what must be achieved. When leaders articulate a clear vision, it becomes a rallying point that unites diverse stakeholders. Governments, private sectors, non-governmental organizations, and local communities all play critical roles in expanding electricity access, but without a unifying vision, their efforts can become fragmented and inefficient. A shared vision acts as a compass, ensuring that every initiative, investment, and innovation contributes to the greater goal of electrifying Africa. It bridges gaps between sectors and fosters collaboration, creating synergies that amplify the impact of individual contributions. One of the defining characteristics of vision is its ability to inspire action. People are drawn to ideas that challenge the status quo and promise a brighter future. A visionary leader doesn't merely outline what needs to be done, they ignite a sense of purpose in others. When a vision is compelling, it galvanizes individuals and organizations to commit their time, resources, and expertise to make it a reality. In the context of electricity access, this means inspiring engineers to design innovative technologies, investors to fund large-scale infrastructure projects, and policymakers to enact transformative legislation. A strong vision is also forward-looking and adaptive. It anticipates future challenges and incorporates flexibility to address them. The energy landscape is rapidly evolving, with renewable technologies and decentralized systems offering new possibilities for electrification. A visionary approach recognizes these trends and integrates them into long-term plans. For example, rather than relying solely on traditional grid expansion, visionaries consider the potential of microgrids and off-grid solutions powered by renewable energy sources like solar and wind. These technologies not only accelerate the pace of electrification, but also make it more sustainable and resilient. Moreover, vision is deeply rooted in the belief that change is possible. It requires overcoming the skepticism and inertia that often accompany large-scale challenges. The lack of electricity for 300 million people may seem insurmountable, but history is filled with examples of transformative achievements that began as bold visions. Building railroads across continents, landing humans on the moon, and eradicating diseases like smallpox were all endeavors that initially seemed impossible. What these achievements had in common was a vision that refused to accept the limitations of the present. For Africa, a vision of universal electricity access is about more than infrastructure. It is about empowering people to realize their full potential. It is about ensuring that children can study at night, businesses can operate efficiently, and healthcare facilities can provide life-saving care. This vision extends beyond individual benefits to encompass broader societal impacts. Electrifying Africa has the power to drive economic growth, create jobs, and reduce inequalities. It lays the foundation for a more just and prosperous future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. However, vision alone is not enough. It must be accompanied by strategic action. A visionary leader translates their ideas into concrete plans and measurable outcomes. They identify priorities, allocate resources effectively, and set timelines to achieve milestones. Vision is the starting point, but its true value lies in its ability to guide decision-making and inspire progress. This requires a balance between ambition and practicality, ensuring that the vision remains achievable while maintaining its transformative potential. Vision also requires the courage to take risks and challenge conventional thinking. Expanding electricity access in Africa involves navigating complex logistical, financial, and political barriers. It demands innovation, perseverance, and the willingness to experiment with new approaches. A visionary mindset embraces these challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. It views setbacks not as failures but as stepping stones towards success. Ultimately, the importance of vision lies in its power to create change. It is the spark that ignites progress and the driving force behind sustainable development. Vision transforms what is into what could be, opening doors to possibilities that once seemed out of reach. For Africa, a vision of universal electricity access is not just a dream, it is an achievable reality. With clear purpose, collective effort, and unwavering commitment, this vision can become the blueprint for a brighter future. It is the first and most critical step in lighting up the continent, empowering its people, and unlocking its full potential. The traditional models of energy distribution, which rely heavily on centralized grids and large-scale fossil fuel power plants, are often ill-suited to Africa's unique context. Many rural and remote areas are far from existing grid infrastructure, making grid expansion prohibitively expensive and logistically challenging. This reality calls for innovative solutions that leapfrog conventional systems and deliver electricity directly to underserved communities. One such solution is the use of decentralized energy systems, such as microgrids and off-grid solar power. These systems are not only more cost-effective but also faster to deploy, providing immediate relief to areas in dire need of electricity. Solar power, in particular, is a game-changer for Africa. The continent is blessed with abundant sunlight, making solar energy a natural fit for its energy needs. Innovations in solar technology, such as more efficient photovoltaic panels and affordable battery storage, have made it possible to harness and store solar energy at unprecedented levels. Solar home systems, which include solar panels, batteries, and energy-efficient appliances, are transforming lives in remote villages by providing reliable power without the need for grid connections. These systems are scalable and customizable, allowing households and small businesses to choose solutions that meet their specific needs. Beyond solar power, other renewable energy sources such as wind, hydropower, and biomass hold immense potential for electrifying Africa. Each region has its own unique resources that can be harnessed through innovative technologies. For instance, wind turbines can generate power in coastal and high-altitude areas, while small-scale hydropower projects can utilize the many rivers and streams that crisscross the continent. Biomass derived from agricultural and organic waste offers an additional avenue for generating electricity while addressing waste management challenges. Innovation lies not just in developing these technologies, but in integrating them into systems that are tailored to local conditions and priorities. One of the most transformative aspects of innovation is its ability to empower communities. Traditional energy systems often place communities in a passive role, receiving power from distant providers with little say in how it is produced or distributed. In contrast, innovative energy solutions place communities at the center of the process. Decentralized systems allow local ownership and management, creating opportunities for communities to participate in and benefit from the energy transition. For example, local entrepreneurs can be trained to install, maintain, and repair solar systems, creating jobs and building local capacity. This approach not only ensures the sustainability of energy projects, but also fosters a sense of ownership and pride among community members. Innovation is also transforming the financing of energy projects. The high upfront costs of renewable energy systems have historically been a barrier to adoption, particularly for low-income households and small businesses. However, innovative financing models such as pay-as-you-go paid systems are making electricity affordable and accessible to more people. Under the PAGE model, households can pay for solar systems in small, manageable installments, often using mobile money platforms. This approach democratizes access to electricity, allowing even the poorest families to benefit from renewable energy. Additionally, microfinance institutions and impact investors are increasingly supporting energy projects, recognizing their potential to drive economic and social development. Technology plays a crucial role in fostering innovation. Advances in digital technology, for example, are enabling more efficient energy management and monitoring. Smart meters powered by the Internet of Things (IoT) allow users to track their energy consumption in real time and optimize usage. Mobile apps provide platforms for users to purchase energy credits, report issues, and access support. Data analytics and artificial intelligence (AI) are being used to predict energy demand, identify system inefficiencies, and improve maintenance schedules. These technologies not only enhance the reliability of energy systems, but also empower users with greater control over their energy consumption. However, embracing innovation is not without its challenges. It requires a supportive ecosystem that encourages experimentation, collaboration, and risk-taking. Governments play a critical role in creating this ecosystem by implementing policies and regulations that incentivize innovation. For instance, tax breaks and subsidies for renewable energy technologies can accelerate their adoption, while streamlined permitting processes can reduce delays in project implementation. These partnerships between governments, private companies, and research institutions can further drive innovation by pooling resources and expertise. Education and capacity building are equally important in fostering a culture of innovation. Africa's youth, who make up a significant portion of the population, represent a vast pool of talent and creativity. By investing in education and skills training, particularly in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM), African nations can cultivate a new generation of innovators who will lead the charge in solving the continent's energy challenges. Ultimately, innovation is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and improving. It requires a willingness to experiment, fail, and try again, always striving for better solutions. By embracing innovation, Africa can not only overcome its energy challenges, but also position itself as a global leader in sustainable development. The solutions developed here can serve as a blueprint for other regions facing similar challenges, proving that necessity truly is the mother of invention. In the journey to electrify Africa, innovation is not just an option, it is the path forward. Addressing the challenge of bringing electricity to 300 million Africans is a monumental task, one that requires more than just technological innovation or financial investment. It demands collaboration across multiple sectors, stakeholders, and nations. Building strategic partnerships is the cornerstone of such a massive undertaking, as it brings together the expertise, resources, and shared vision necessary to achieve transformative change. No single entity, be it a government, corporation, or nonprofit, can tackle this challenge alone. Partnerships are not just helpful, they are essential to bridging the gaps and creating sustainable, scalable solutions that reach every corner of the continent. Strategic partnerships start with a shared purpose. The goal of universal electricity access is one that resonates with diverse stakeholders, including governments, international organizations, private companies, financial institutions, and local communities. Each has a unique role to play, and together they can create a powerful coalition of change. Governments, for example, set the stage through policies, regulations, and infrastructure development. They have the authority to establish clear goals, streamline processes, and create environments where partnerships can thrive. By aligning with private sector actors who bring technological expertise and financial capacity, governments can accelerate progress far beyond what they could achieve independently. The private sector's involvement is particularly crucial. Companies specializing in energy technologies, from solar panels to wind turbines, provide the innovative solutions needed to electrify Africa sustainably. Yet their contributions extend beyond technology. Private companies bring operational efficiency, market-driven strategies, and a focus on scalability that are critical for success. Partnerships between governments and businesses ensure that these solutions are not only affordable but also accessible to the communities that need them most. Furthermore, private investors, from venture capitalists to impact investors, play a vital role in funding energy projects, filling gaps that public funding alone cannot cover. International organizations and development agencies are equally vital partners. Groups such as the United Nations, African Development Bank, and World Bank have the global reach and financial resources to support large-scale initiatives. They also bring technical expertise and decades of experience in implementing development projects. By acting as conveners, these organizations facilitate collaboration between stakeholders, ensuring that efforts are aligned and mutually reinforcing. They can also provide grants, low-interest loans, and other financial instruments to make energy projects viable in low-income regions. Local communities are perhaps the most important stakeholders in any energy partnership. Their involvement is essential for ensuring that solutions are culturally relevant, sustainable, and truly meet the needs of those they aim to serve. Too often, top-down approaches have failed because they overlook the knowledge, input, and aspirations of local populations. Building partnerships with communities means engaging them in every step of the process, from planning and implementation to maintenance and management. It means empowering local leaders, training community members, and fostering a sense of ownership over energy projects. When communities are active participants rather than passive recipients, the results are more impactful and enduring. Regional and cross-border partnerships add another layer of opportunity. Energy resources often extend beyond national borders, and regional cooperation is essential for optimizing their use. For example, river systems that flow through multiple countries can be harnessed for hydropower projects benefiting entire regions. Similarly, cross-border electricity grids can connect countries with surplus energy to those facing deficits, ensuring a more equitable distribution of resources. Organizations such as the African Union and regional economic communities play a critical role in facilitating these collaborations, ensuring that all parties benefit and that efforts are coordinated at a continental level. The technology companies, particularly those specializing in digital solutions, are emerging as invaluable partners in modern energy systems. The integration of smart grids, mobile payment platforms, and IoT-enabled monitoring devices enhances the efficiency, reliability, and user-friendliness of energy solutions. Partnerships with tech firms can enable innovations like pay-as-you-go energy models, which have already proven successful in making solar energy affordable for low-income households. These partnerships demonstrate how combining expertise across sectors can produce groundbreaking solutions that transform lives. Effective partnerships are built on trust, shared goals, and a commitment to transparency. Establishing these foundations requires open communication and a willingness to compromise. Challenges such as differing priorities, resource allocation, and cultural misunderstandings can arise, but they can be overcome through mutual respect and a focus on the common mission of electrifying Africa. Regular dialogue, accountability measures, and adaptive planning ensure that partnerships remain resilient and effective in the face of inevitable hurdles. Finally, partnerships amplify impact by leveraging the strengths of each stakeholder. Governments bring authority and oversight. Private companies provide innovation and efficiency. Development organizations offer resources and expertise. Communities contribute local knowledge and commitment. Together, these elements create a synergy that multiplies the effectiveness of each contribution. The result is not just incremental progress, but transformative change that can light up the lives of 300 million Africans. Empowering communities to achieve sustainable progress requires more than infrastructure and resources. It demands the cultivation of entrepreneurship and local empowerment. When communities are given the tools, knowledge, and opportunities to take charge of their development, they become the driving force behind meaningful and lasting change. Addressing the challenge of providing electricity to 300 million Africans is not just a technical or financial undertaking, it is a transformative process that must be rooted in the empowerment of people. Entrepreneurship and local leadership are the engines of this transformation, ensuring that solutions are not only effective but also inclusive and sustainable. Entrepreneurship thrives in environments where innovation is encouraged and opportunities are accessible. The energy sector, particularly in Africa, is ripe for entrepreneurial ventures. The demand for electricity is vast, and the potential for growth is limitless. By fostering entrepreneurship, we unlock the creativity and resourcefulness of individuals and communities who can develop, adapt, and scale solutions tailored to local needs. For instance, small businesses can emerge around renewable energy technologies, offering products such as solar home systems, energy-efficient appliances, and mobile charging stations. These businesses meet immediate needs while creating jobs and stimulating local economies. Local entrepreneurs are uniquely positioned to address the specific challenges of their communities. They understand the cultural, economic, and logistical nuances that external actors might overlook. When given access to training, funding, and mentorship, these entrepreneurs can innovate in ways that resonate with the realities on the ground. For example, an entrepreneur in a rural village might develop a microgrid powered by locally available biomass, providing a sustainable energy source while reducing waste. Such locally driven initiatives are often more adaptable and resilient than top-down approaches, as they are rooted in a deep understanding of community dynamics. Fostering entrepreneurship also requires breaking down barriers that hinder access to resources and markets. Many aspiring entrepreneurs face challenges such as limited access to capital, lack of technical expertise, and restrictive regulatory environments. Addressing these obstacles is critical to unleashing the full potential of local innovators. Governments, financial institutions, and development organizations play vital roles in creating an enabling environment for entrepreneurship. Microfinance programs, for example, can provide small loans to help entrepreneurs start or expand energy-related businesses. Similarly, capacity-building initiatives can equip individuals with the skills needed to design, install, and maintain energy systems. Local empowerment goes hand in hand with entrepreneurship. Empowered communities are not passive recipients of aid or development projects, they are active participants and decision makers. Electrification efforts that prioritize community involvement are more likely to succeed because they align with the needs and aspirations of the people they serve. When communities are involved in planning and implementing energy projects, they gain a sense of ownership and responsibility. This ownership ensures that projects are maintained and sustained long after initial implementation. One powerful example of local empowerment is the training of technicians and operators within the community. By equipping locals with the skills to manage energy systems, projects become self-reliant and less dependent on external support. For instance, solar power installations in remote villages often include training programs that teach residents how to install, repair, and maintain the systems. These skills not only ensure the sustainability of the project, but also create new opportunities for employment and entrepreneurship within the community. Education is a cornerstone of both entrepreneurship and empowerment. Investing in education, particularly in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM, prepares the next generation to lead Africa's energy transition. Schools and vocational training centers that focus on renewable energy technologies can produce a skilled workforce ready to take on the challenges of electrification. Partnerships between educational institutions and energy companies can further enhance this effort by providing internships, apprenticeships, and hands-on training. Empowerment also means addressing systemic inequalities that limit participation. Women, who are often disproportionately affected by energy poverty, have a vital role to play in the energy transition. Programs that specifically target women, entrepreneurs, and technicians can help bridge the gender gap and amplify the impact of electrification efforts. When women are empowered to lead energy initiatives, entire communities benefit, as studies consistently show that women's economic participation leads to improved outcomes in health, education, and overall well-being. Community-based organizations and cooperatives are another avenue for fostering entrepreneurship and empowerment. These groups can pool resources, share knowledge, and advocate for their collective interests. For example, a cooperative might establish a solar-powered irrigation system to benefit multiple farmers, increasing agricultural productivity and income. Such initiatives demonstrate the power of collective action and the importance of local leadership in driving development. The ripple effects of entrepreneurship and empowerment extend far beyond individual communities. As local businesses grow and succeed, they contribute to broader economic development, creating jobs and generating income that circulates within the economy. Empowered communities are more resilient, capable of adapting to challenges, and less reliant on external assistance. They become active contributors to national and regional development, driving progress from the ground up. The call to bring electricity to 300 million Africans is not just a goal for the future, it is an urgent imperative for the present. The lack of electricity is not a mere inconvenience, it is a barrier to health, education, economic growth, and human dignity. Every day that passes without addressing this challenge is a day lost for millions who remain trapped in cycles of poverty, unable to access the tools and opportunities needed to improve their lives. Action is needed now, and it must be decisive, collaborative, and forward-thinking to meet the scale of the need and the magnitude of the opportunity. Electricity is the lifeblood of modern life. Without it, hospitals cannot power essential medical equipment, students cannot study after sunset, and businesses cannot operate efficiently. Entire communities are left in the dark, figuratively and literally, unable to participate fully in the global economy. This lack of access perpetuates inequality, as those without electricity are left further behind in an increasingly connected world. The urgency of action lies in the fact that the longer we wait, the wider this gap becomes, making it harder to bridge. Health is one of the most critical areas affected by the lack of electricity. In regions without power, clinics and hospitals struggle to provide even the most basic services. Vaccines and medicines that require refrigeration are often unavailable, while life-saving equipment like incubators and ventilators remain idle due to power shortages. Women giving birth in rural clinics frequently face heightened risks because lighting and medical devices cannot be relied upon. The impact on health is not only immediate but long-term, as communities without electricity are more vulnerable to diseases and have fewer resources to combat them. Acting now to electrify these areas can save countless lives and create healthier, more resilient populations. Education is another domain where the absence of electricity takes a profound toll. Schools without power are limited to daylight hours, restricting learning opportunities and making it difficult for students to compete in a modern, knowledge-driven economy. Access to technology, such as computers and the internet, remains out of reach for many, widening the digital divide and leaving millions unprepared for the future. Electrification can transform education, enabling night classes, online learning, and access to digital resources that open up a world of knowledge. The urgency to act is about ensuring that every child, regardless of where they are born, has the chance to learn, grow, and contribute meaningfully to society. Economic growth is perhaps the most tangible and immediate benefit of electrification, yet its absence keeps millions in poverty. Small businesses, which are the backbone of many African economies, struggle to thrive without reliable power. Farmers cannot access modern irrigation systems, refrigeration for their produce, or machinery that would increase their yields. Entrepreneurs are unable to expand their ventures or innovate because they lack the energy needed to power their ideas. By acting urgently to provide electricity, we can unlock immense economic potential, creating jobs, boosting incomes, and driving development that benefits entire nations. Climate change adds another layer of urgency to the electrification challenge. While Africa contributes only a fraction of global greenhouse gas emissions, it is disproportionately affected by the impacts of climate change, including droughts, floods, and extreme weather events. Transitioning to renewable energy sources for electrification is not only an ethical choice but also a practical one. Solar, wind, and other renewables are abundant across the continent and can provide sustainable, long-term solutions without exacerbating environmental challenges. The urgency of action is underscored by the need to implement these solutions now, ensuring that Africa's energy future is both green and resilient. The current pace of progress, while encouraging in some areas, is insufficient to meet the scale of the challenge. Many electrification projects are delayed by bureaucracy, funding gaps, and lack of coordination among stakeholders. The urgency of action requires breaking down these barriers through bold leadership, innovative financing, and effective collaboration. Governments must prioritize energy access as a national and regional agenda, creating policies and incentives that attract investment and accelerate deployment. International organizations and development partners must align their efforts, providing technical expertise and resources to support large-scale initiatives. Technology has given us the tools to act quickly and effectively. Advances in renewable energy, battery storage, and digital solutions have made it possible to deploy electrification projects faster than ever before. Decentralized systems such as microgrids and solar home kits allow for rapid implementation in remote areas, bypassing the need for costly and time-consuming grid expansion. The challenge is no longer technological feasibility, but the speed and scale at which these solutions are deployed. Acting with urgency means embracing these innovations and scaling them to reach the millions still in darkness. This is not just a question of development, but of justice. Energy poverty is a glaring inequality in a world where access to electricity is taken for granted by billions. It is unjust that while some enjoy the benefits of endless power, others are denied the opportunities it provides. Urgent action is about addressing this inequity, ensuring that every person has the chance to live with dignity.